Yeah, I kind of want to get into the story of Forgetting Christmas. Like, let us know what the movie's about, why it was important for you to tell this story. Just get into that real quick.
Yeah, okay. So Forgetting Christmas is about a family that's dealing with the early stages of Alzheimer's. The holidays are always difficult for me for various reasons, but for some reason I just don't I don't really respond to like the bubbly holiday
Right.
movies. You know,
Right.
they don't connect with me. You know,
Right.
and which is fine. Everyone has their own thing, but the holidays haven't really been a great time for me for a while. So, and I know I'm not the only one, right?
Right.
So that's one of the reasons why I was thinking about making a movie like this. And so that's one side of it.
That's real.
I also have Alzheimer's in my family.
Mhm.
My great grandmother, my grandmother, and my aunt all had it. My aunt had early onset Alzheimer's.
Okay.
So that affected me quite a bit. And again, I know that I'm not the only one because once you start to bring up these things, people will say, "Oh yeah, my grandmother this," and I had an
Right.
uncle who, you know.
Right.
So a
Right.
lot of people are going through it because their family members may have had a version of dementia or something like that, and it affects people psychologically um, in a deep way in general. But because we don't really have the pathway to speak about it openly without
Right.
it being either weird or really emotional,
Right.
it's difficult to sort of dig yourself out of this place,
Right.
right? So what I'm trying to do with Forgetting Christmas is create an emotional proxy so that people can see that they're not the only ones going through stuff like this, have gone through stuff like this, are going through stuff like this, and they can feel more open to speak about their experiences with dementia in a family or with seasonal depression.
Milan, like, did you feel? I know you had said you kind of always feel a connection with Cadell's writing, but was there anything in particular with this story? I'm sure you would have been on board regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Regardless,
But like,
regardless.
is there anything that kind of touched you about this particular story or anything?
Oh yeah, definitely. So I'm not gonna name the person because they're still alive and kicking.
Okay.
But I do have somebody in my family who has Alzheimer's, and I mean it's rough. You know, I just saw them over the holiday, and just asking the same question over and over again, and you see like the decline, and it's rough, man. But and then there's also like that. So there's that going on. Then there's your own life. And then there's your whole
Right.
family and friends,
Right.
right? And
Mhm.
like just the act of balancing that. And so when I saw this story, like the first thing was that like this is something real in somebody's home and in mine.
Right.
Um, and the holidays aren't always cheery. You know,
Right.
like there are
Yeah.
times
Right.
where devastating losses happen right before the holidays, and I've been through that. And sometimes you don't want someone to just say like it's okay. Sometimes you just want someone to be quiet and just
Right.
like listen to you and like wipe your tears, you know what I mean? But don't
Right.
tell me that it's okay because it's not okay.
Right.
And and so when there's a story that acknowledges that it's okay that you feel this way, like it's okay that it's hard, it's okay that you want to run away,
Right.
but this is how we can solve it, by communicating with each other. Like that's a story that I want to be a part of. That's a story that's going to heal a community,
Right.
especially a community that there's no representation and acknowledgement that it's happening in our community.
Early